Okay, hi, I'm Jake. I'm 45 years old. I should probably get therapy, but I can't afford it. So the only option really is attempting bad stand up. Okay, you ready? Here we go. All right, so like a lot of men my age, I'm trying to find myself. But I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not looking very hard because, from all accounts, that guy is, dude I'm looking for is a real piece of shit. So, like a lot of dudes my age, I'm also finding myself in a lot of massage parlors. Um, I don't know if you've ever had this sort of positive post nut clarity where you're like, this is exactly the type of thing that a piece of shit like myself should be doing. Like, it's like a spiritual awakening, but a really negative one. I used to have this like pre nut clarity where, like, before I would come, I'd be like, is this the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing it with the right person? I think they call it a conscience, but I don't know. That shit's gone now, so I don't really worry about it. Anyway, so I was in a massage parlor. And I had my massage. I got dressed. My masseuse got dressed. Um, then I was leaving, and this is where I kind of wish that I was bilingual because she said something to her friend, which if I was bilingual, I would know that she said, I'm going to go across the road to the supermarket, which just kind of would be interesting. And I would have liked to have known that because that's where I was going. So we left together and I kind of followed her out, like as in I held the door for her and then we accidentally went to the supermarket together. Like we rock up, she goes her way, I go my way, and I'm like, sweet, that was awkward, but that's cool. And then we met up again in the self-serve checkout area. And she looked at me and I had my stack of microwave meals and she just said, you make poor life choices. And she was right. So that's fine. I used to collect a bunch of stuff. Like I used to collect like surgical instruments and whimsical shit like bad memories. But now I collect more interesting things like, if you have a medical emergency in an adult entertainment center and while you wait for the ambulance, they give you those little bottles of water. So I've got 3 of those. Sorry, I promised I wouldn't do this, like many things in my life. All right, so I get really deep into my fantasies, but I'm a big fan of consent and all that kind of stuff. And I have fantasized about people where it just hasn't gelled between us, so I've just packed it up and put it away and gone home, so to speak. Like, okay, whatever. Um, Sometimes my fantasies go the other way and get really weird. This is true. One time I was fantasizing about this chick that I liked, and in my fantasy, she started just like shitting everywhere. And then I had to run around after her, like catching it in this bucket. And then in my fantasy, I sat her down and I had to talk to her and be like, why did you do this? And then I had to talk to myself about it as well. And the answers that both of us gave were not good. So, yeah. So, I'm thinking about having a midlife crisis, but I'm fucking financially strapped. And it's really difficult to have a midlife crisis when you're poor. Like, it's bullshit. Like, I can't afford a sports car, but I can afford, like, one of those illegal e-bikes. And I can't afford a decent amount of cocaine, but I can afford a decent amount of ice. I can't have sex with younger women because I'm poor and I look like this. But e-bike and meth, if I got a Taree, underage girls, you know what I'm saying? That one needs work. Having an issue at the moment with what I'd like to refer to as the human/inhuman condition. Like, so the other night, I'm sitting there, I'm on Instagram Reels, doing Instagram Reel shit, eating my dinner, and then I realized that I was neglecting the video that I was watching on my computer, which was of an old man getting shot over a parking violation. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot. I was watching that video of that dude basically being murdered. Yeah. So I watched that. And I was like, that's pretty funny. The fact that I got distracted by footage of a murder or a police interaction, call it what you want, with Instagram Reels while I'm eating my dinner. I was like, that's fucking crazy. That's, in context, it's kind of funny. Like, I find it pretty amusing. It's, it's good oblique humor. The next day, I had a job interview and I brought that up. Not so funny. That's it. Thank you. Good night.